Argentine Cardinal Bergoglio's election as Pope has broken Europe's centuries-old grip on the papacy, opening the doors on a new age of simplicity and humility for the Roman Catholic Church, mired in intrigue and scandal. He is the first South American pontiff, the first non-European pope in 1,300 years, and the first to take the name Pope Francis in honor of Saint Francis of Assisi, the 12th century saint who spawned wealth to pursue a life of poverty. His unexpected election answered some fundamental questions about the direction of the Church in the coming years. After more than a millennium of European leadership, the cardinal electors look to Latin America, where 42% of the world's Catholics live. The continent is more focused on poverty and the rise of evangelical churches than questions of materialism and sexual abuse, which dominate in the West. They also chose a man with long pastoral experience rather than an academic and Vatican insider like Benedict. Bergoglio was born into a family of 7. His father, an Italian immigrant railway worker, and his mother, a housewife. He became a priest at 32, nearly a decade after losing a lung due to respiratory illness and quitting his chemistry studies. South African Catholic priest Russell Pollitt said newly elected Pope Francis will better understand the African context than a European, with the continent benefiting from his first-hand experience with many issues common with Africa. Pollitt said Africans should be encouraged by the fact that Pope Francis is a humble champion of the poor.
I think it's fantastic that there's a Pope that's from the Southern Hemisphere. I think it's what many people in the Church were thinking should be the case. Because the Church is definitely growing in the Southern Hemisphere, most especially in South America and Africa and Asia. So I think it's exciting that there is a Pope who will come with a different perspective to the European mind which we've had before and see maybe the world in a slightly different way.
Linus Okeke, a Catholic in Nigeria's most populous city, Lagos, believed the Pope's selection was divine.
Obviously, I'm proud to be a Catholic. I'm happy that we now have a Pope, irrespective of the country. The most important thing that God has given us a Pope whom I believe that is after his own heart.
A South African Catholic churchgoer said he was disappointed an African cardinal was not appointed.
I really feel that they should have elected a Pope from Africa, not from Argentina, because I think that the African Christian world needs that, and it would be good for us.
Another Catholic in Lagos, veteran broadcaster Julie Coker, says she would have preferred an African Pope to encourage Nigerians to convert to Catholicism.
If we had got it, it would have been good, maybe good for conversion, for people to turn to God, those who didn't believe in God, for all the blood that had been shed in Nigeria. You know, we've shed blood of the martyrs flowing all over the place, people killed in church. They are martyrs as far as I'm concerned.
Father Pollitt said although there is some disappointment that the new Pope is not African, many will come to accept Francis.
I think that for Africa it is maybe for some people be sad. I know lots of people were hoping that Cardinal Turkson would be the next Pope. But yeah, I mean, I don't think the nationality of the Pope is that important. I think that what's more important is his experience.
In Abuja, Hannatu Uche says she was delighted with the selection process.
We are all happy right from last night that the announcement was made. We are very grateful to God that there was no crisis, no problem, and the election was made. To God be the glory.
There's always been an Italian. From Italy they went to Europe.